Welcome to Catherine's Low Income Prepping and Survival number 27. Took me a second there, spacing out, got too much on my mind today. Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you to all those who have served and given up their life and stuff for Memorial Day. And yes, this is after Memorial Day. This is actually Friday, the 2nd of June. I just had a lot of things going on and I couldn't really bring myself to make a video until today. Sometimes I go through those times. I don't know why. But, yeah. So anyhow, as you know, maybe you don't know, but they passed the debt ceiling for the government. So people on fixed incomes like Social Security, veterans, SSI, SSA, veterans, I said that, widow benefits. Those people all are going to get their check this month. So, and I got my Social Security this month, so everything's great. I was able to pay my rent. I was able to keep living in the poorness that I'm living in. And so, yeah, don't get old and not have extra money put away. Don't do just Social Security. It just doesn't make it. I'm going to tell you. Anyhow, prices are still going up in the store, by the way. I was at the store the other day and I noticed both pork and other things have gone up, bread. But hey, eggs are down. I was at the Walmart and eggs were down to $2 and something when I ran the code across for 18 eggs. You know, I paid $3 and something last month and $4 and something the month before, and there was a point where I had to pay $6. So one thing good is the eggs are going down. Milk's still up. No, paid more for milk than I usually do. Got to get some of that coffee. So I did my usual going around the secondhand stores when I got paid. Me and my partner, and we picked up some things we wanted. She got some things that she wanted. One of the things I picked up was this nice little candle here. This is a kind of like a snowman / gingerbread color person. Yep, there's a little candle top on it. It's a real candle. And that's the reason I bought it. I like these things, this Christmas candles and stuff. But I always try to buy real ones because, you know, you never know if the power goes out and stuff. People say, oh, candles are dangerous. Well, I also got this really neat Christmas tree. Yes, it can reflect the light from the flame, I guess. And the reason why candles aren't dangerous the way I use them is I have this really nice, let me get it open. Yep, and it's got a door. Now it's candles, those pillar candles, they're almost $8 and something at Walmart. So, let me get this closed back up again. There we go. And I'll put this back so I can get back to what I'm talking about. So anyhow, I watched them vote in the House. At first the Democrats voted, and you know, most of them voted no. And then just before, I mean, the time had gone up, but there were still people voting. There was like 50 to 75 of them left when I started watching it. The Democrats started changing their votes, and they went ahead and passed it. And then later, I heard them say on a newscast or video on the internet was the reason we did that was to make a point. What point was that? That you were holding the government and all the Americans out there hostage? I think they're a tad bit hostile, personally. I think the Democrats are like little children, at least most of them. Not all. There probably are some good Democrats out there. But, hey, right now, Republicans, hey, you got DeSantis, You got Trump. You got two or three other people. And you got a president, and you got to love Biden. He's our president. I mean, he's the commander in chief, you know. He fell down. That's not the first time he's fallen down. I think maybe, you know, they should be really careful, and he should be really careful. I mean, there was a president, I think it was Roosevelt, that was in a wheelchair. So, I think it was Roosevelt that was in the wheelchair. I'd have to look it up. I guess I should have if I was going to bring it up. But maybe one of you can look it up and then leave a message down in my comments about that. All right. So we're letting millions of people across the border, and we're sending billions over to Ukraine. Basically, this thing passed allows them to have a blank check, and they can send anything they want to. Oh, by the way, there's Bucky the Wonder Dog. So, yeah, he's there doing what he does best, which is sleeping. So, anyhow, or barking, going to the bathroom, those kind of things. So, anyhow, yeah, we let all of them up here. Now, some of them are going to be great benefits to our country. They're going to go get jobs. They're going to take jobs that most Americans don't want, which is good. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have the problem with the ones that actually file for a green card, who actually go to court when they're supposed to and say why they came here and what they want, you know, and if they want to become Americans and live in America. Don't have a problem with that. The ones I have a problem with are the gang members, the criminals of other types, and the ones that just want to come here to take advantage of the system. I mean, you know, hey, if you come here and you fall down and break your legs in 4 or 5 places, and you got to get on SSI or Social Security or whatever, you know, whatever they'll give you, a disability of some type, that's okay. But if you just come up here to pop out a couple of babies, that's a problem I have, you know, so that your children are now Americans because they were born here in America. And then the parents get to stay. All right, well, anyhow, like I said before in other videos, my best friends when I was growing up were Mexican. Their family came up here. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with people coming up illegally, forcing their way up, swimming across it and going, I give up, I give up. See, I want to be American. You know, come on. Why don't you just come in normally? Why don't you get a visa and come on in? I imagine there's lots of people that come in and do jobs here, and then they go back to their families in Mexico or in other countries, and then they come back up here. And those people have got a rapport with the border, and they know they're going to come back and go, and they're going to do things the legal way. All right, I'm going to get off that subject right now. So we're sending billions. Hey, let's take care of the homeless people. Let's shoe them. Let's feed them. Let's help them get a place. If you're a drug addict, we'll send you to treatment. Let's build more treatment facilities, less nuclear bombs. Let's build more treatment facilities, less tanks and airplanes going over to Ukraine. Let's not bring us to the edge of World War III, where we can all glow in the dark. Whatever it is, about 7 days to 14 days, they say you can come out of wherever you're hiding from the nuclear fallout, if you're careful, for a limited amount of time. So you could go stand in line somewhere, I guess, maybe at the local Walmart, because I hear they're going to use them for handing out the provisions to people who don't die right away from the nuclear fallout. So, you better be ready to take care of yourselves. Stockpile that food. Make sure you have enough water. You can't be collecting that water from outside if it's a nuclear war. Same as if it's a biological war. Can't do that. All right. So anyhow, the good point about having those candle lanterns, as I showed you earlier, is that even if they fall over, the flame's not going to hit any furniture or the carpet or anything like that. And they're going to be good and you can use them. Now, of course, you could get something like that light right up there. You can see it. I'm putting my finger up to it. Let's go. Yeah, right up there next to the lantern, next to the lamp. You can see there's a white light up there, and with a black rim on it. That's a solar light. We have the solar panel in the window. It's collecting energy. I turn it on, it lights up the whole room. In fact, extremely brightly. Might get a piece of red cellophane and put it over it, or over part of it, so that it doesn't put too much light out. Maybe it won't be as noticeable. Because other people are going to say, hey, those two have light in their house and we don't. So, who knows? And that's another thing. You might want to have enough water for all those freeze-dried, dehydrated foods that you buy. So start stockpiling that water. As I understand it, even if it's closed, it's going to be okay. Just you don't want anything to get into the water to contaminate it. Same thing with the canned foods and other packaged foods that aren't open to the air. It's going to be whatever you got that's open to the air that's going to be a problem. Supposedly, the Russians have some Russian troops that have now turned on Russia. And they went into parts of Russia and are fighting and saying they don't like Putin. So maybe Russia's kind of falling apart. I don't know. And then there's Transnistria. That's next to Moldova and Albania. So in Eastern Europe there. Supposedly, there's some ammo supply places up there in Transnistria. So, I guess they're talking, there's 2,000 Russian troops there. They're talking about blowing those up so the Ukrainians or the Albanians can't get hold of it. And then, of course, there's the Ukrainians. They're fighting really good. They're beating the Russians back. They're worried about, the Russians are worried about them blowing up the nuclear power plant. But hey, the Russians are the ones that went in there and set up a base inside the nuclear power plant. It's funny how Russia invaded Ukraine, but yet Russia don't want anyone to fire anything into Russia. Hey, you know, I think what goes around comes around. That's what you should worry about, Mr. Premier Putin. So anyhow, maybe you should go Putin and unload yourself a little bit. So anyhow, make sure you have all your storage and your personal items in a row. Make sure you have some cash. Don't rely on your cards, like your bank card or your credit cards or any type of cards, because if they drop a nuclear bomb, it's probably going to fry all the readers. So cash and a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper are the only way you're going to be able to buy any food. And they're actually going to have to figure out how much each item is and then add it up on that piece of paper. I wonder if people at Walmart can handle that one. Okay. Well, anyhow, life's good. Make sure you like and subscribe. Remember to hug and kiss everyone you love. Tell them how much you care about them. Maybe certain people shouldn't kiss their friends because maybe they don't like that kind of thing. But maybe you should let people know, because we may wake up tomorrow and some of us might be gone. And then those people won't be waking up, of course. It's kind of scary. It really is. I mean, we do everything we can to take care of ourselves and take care of our friends and our pets, but we got to worry about what our government is doing. And it is the best government in the world, as I keep saying, but boy, we're sure pushing the limit and the edges of the peripherals right now. Let's not blow up the world, Biden. Let's not blow up the world, Putin. Let's have some restraint. If you use conventional and somebody uses conventional against you, they're not terrorists. They're just responding in like kind, using the same amount of force that you're using. In fact, you're probably using more force than Ukrainians, because Ukrainians are just one country. Anyhow, Good luck. Goodbye. See you next time.